When I do these rebuilds, I make a bunch of trades. Sometimes I make like 20 something trades, and sometimes it only takes me a few trades to get the team to the point that I want it to be at. But in today's video, I'm going to take an idea from Kenny, King of the Fourth Quarter, where he traded with every single team in 2K and then tried to win a championship with that team. So he basically had to make 29 trades to get it done. And that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video as well. But before we get into the video, as always, please consider subscribing to the channel. At 2,000 subscribers, I am doing a $50 gift card giveaway. It's either a PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, or NBA Store gift card. Whatever the winner prefers, I'll send that over to them and they can get something nice. And the good thing is, we're literally like less than 20 away. So if you could hit that subscribe button, you could probably get it within the next couple days. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, dropping a like on this video always helps. Appreciate you guys a lot. Now let's get into it. Okay, so to do this, I'm just going to randomly select a team. I don't care what this team is. I got to make a bunch of trades anyways, so it's going to look nothing like it does to start. So I'm going to close my eyes and stop in 3, 2, and 1. We got the Houston Rockets. That's going to be a fun team to rebuild. They have James Harden. They have John Wall. They have DeMarcus Cousins, Christian Wood. They have some good young pieces. They have some good veteran pieces. But then they also have a bunch of like small contracts that I need to trade. So it's going to be really fun. By the way, this is a one season thing, so we have to do it all in 1 year. And I'm pretty excited to try and get this to work. Also, the deal is with how I'm doing that, I don't know exactly how Kenny did it. I don't remember. But I can only make one trade with each team. So I can't go out and make a trade with, say, the Celtics to get like Tristan Thompson and then make another trade to get Jaylen Brown. If I want two players from a team, I'm going to have to get them in the same trade. And also, I'm not just going to build the team out how I want it and then make 24 trades where I just take end of the bench guys on teams and just do it that way. That's not how we're going to do things here. But we're going to have some fun. Some of those trades are going to happen, but it's not going to be the bulk of them. I'm going to do a lot of trades for people actually in rotations. So it should be fun. But everybody doesn't have to necessarily get off of my team. But most people are probably not going to be here. So we have to find the good trades for everyone. Jaylen Brown, as I mentioned it before, Kemba Walker, that would be an interesting trade to make there. I might just keep James Harden if I don't find a good trade for him because it's James Harden and he is going to really help this team. So I'm probably not actually going to trade James Harden. I'm going to go ahead and trade John Wall first, see what we can get for him. Hopefully there's something good because we really could use a good player for John Wall. We need it. DeJounte Murray, LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't want to give up DeMarcus Cousins, so I'm probably not going to do that. We could do this trade here. It makes a lot of sense. But, yeah. Let me try and keep DeMarcus and you keep Brooke. And let's just do it this way. Okay, so they're going to need a little bit more, but it can be done. So I'll give you a 2023 pick and a 2025 pick. They don't want to take on the extra salary. Okay, do you have a player that makes a lot of money that's not Brook Lopez? Not really. Send me Pat Connaughton. And I will send you... Wait, what was wrong with this? Teams can have at most 15 players on their team. Oh, they don't have enough players. Okay, what if I send you... Kenyon Martin Jr. Ben McLemore, Jayshawn Tate, and we'll get Brook Lopez. Okay, I'll make that trade. So we have a deal with the Bucks done. Now, it's going to be hard for me to keep track which teams I actually have made a trade with, but we're going to try our best. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way for a little bit. I'm just going to go down the line. So we did the Bucks already. But I'm just going to start with the 76ers, find a player that I would want on my team, and just do it that way. And one person I would really like to get into this team if possible is Matisse Thybulle. So we're just going to see what the trade market looks for someone like him. We get PJ Tucker out the door for Matisse Thybulle and Mike Scott. We'd also be sending out a 2022 first round pick. I'm going to see if I can keep that pick and send like 2023 unprotected pick, and then a second round pick. Terrence Ferguson, David Nwaba. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have one done with the 76ers. We have one done with the Bucks. So let's go ahead to the Bulls and see who we could try and snag off their team. I want to see what it would take to get Zach LaVine. I don't know if it's necessarily possible, but we're going to try and do it. And I'm going to try and build a trade, actually. So let's go to the Bulls. We're going to try and get Zach LaVine. And I'm going to try somehow to make it work with Brook Lopez being the centerpiece. Or maybe, who has more value? Eric Gordon has 2-star value. Lopez has 2.5-star value. Okay, so 3.6 too much. So we got to send out at least that much money. And the person to do that with probably is like Mike Scott. Okay, the Bulls need to send me someone back. So I will take back whoever is just trash. Luke Cornett. Obviously, they're not going to want to do that. But I can give you this 2021 pick swap. And this second. And they're probably not going to do this for a bunch of seconds. But we're going to try it anyways. Okay, that did not work. Let's see if we can do 2022 pick. Okay, what if I do 2021 lottery protected pick? Okay, they did take that. So we have Zach LaVine on the team now. Obviously, you know, rotations are going to be kind of weird. We might have to put James Harden at the point guard, which I'm going to do right now, at least for a little bit. But we have a trade done with the Bulls. Let's go ahead and try and find a trade with the next team down the line, which I believe is the Cavaliers. Yes, it is the Cavaliers. Somebody I wouldn't mind to have in the Cavaliers. Dante Exum's pretty cool. I think it would be a good player to have. He makes $9 million, which I can use in a trade later on, which would be nice. We're definitely not going to be sending Christian Wood for him, but I would send Ferguson and Pat Connaughton. So we have it done with the Cavaliers. So now let's see if we can find something for the Celtics. And, oh no, we made a trade with the Celtics already, right? No, we didn't. I almost took a trade for Jaylen Brown, but we did not make a trade with the Celtics. So who do I want on the Celtics? I feel like having someone like Robert Williams would be a decent player that I think we could get. DeMarcus Cousins? Okay, I'm not going to do that. I don't think we can do that. So, okay, so instead of trying to get Robert Williams, let's see if we can get Aaron Nesmith. He's a rookie. He might have some good trade value. He does have solid trade value. I don't really like any of that. What about Grant Williams? I actually don't mind Grant Williams. Bruno Caboclo and a pick swap. I don't really love that. Luke Cornett in this pick. You know what? Whatever. We'll make that trade. And let's move on to, let's see. We did the Celtics. That means next on the line would probably be, God, I can't think of who it's going to be. Oh, yeah, the Clippers. Who do I want on the Clippers? Let me go take a peek at the rotation we currently have, even though it's going to completely change. But let me take a peek at the rotation. We could use, you know, a big wouldn't be bad. So let's see if we can get ourselves a big from the Clippers. And I will see Trade Finder if we can get, I don't know what Ibaka's value is going to be. DeMarcus Cousins and Dante Exum, I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Or we could get Patrick Beverley. Now, I think we're going to go DeMarcus Cousins for Serge Ibaka, Dante Exum. And I think that he's going to be a really nice piece for us. Let's go ahead and see who's next. After the Clippers, we have the Grizzlies. I'm obviously not going to be able to get Ja Morant. Jaren Jackson Jr., no. But getting someone like... Man. I kind of want to get Justice Winslow, but I don't know what it's going to take to do that. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I don't like any of these trades that they're kind of throwing out there. Daniel House and Serge Ibaka, that'd be fine, but I need Serge, I think. So what about Tyus? What would it take to get Tyus? A really steady backup point guard. That's even too much. Okay. Okay, let's just hit the bottom of the barrel. Let's just try and get Xavier Tillman. I think he's actually a really good player, but I don't want to overpay for somebody on the Grizzlies because they don't have a lot of great people. So maybe Jonte Porter can Okay, Bruno Caboclo and I don't like giving up these first for this. Grant Williams and Dean Wade. Yeah, we're going to make that trade. Have to make a trade with the Grizzlies. We did it. Who is the next team? So we got Grizzlies, and then it's the Hornets, right? No, the Hawks. So we got Hawks, Heat, and Hornets. I don't have to make them in order, but it's just hard for me to keep track. And I'm too lazy to write it down. So we're just going to try and go in order. Who do we want to make a trade for? Who do we want to make a trade for here? Honestly, could we get Clint Capella somehow? Eric Gordon and a pick. Like, that is actually pretty much the exact type of trade I was thinking of making. So we're going to make that trade. We're going to get Clint Capella on our team. And who's next? So far we have made, let me see this quick. So far we have made, okay, so we got to go to the Rockets. We have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trades. All right. So we have 8 trades, which means we have 21 more to go. So we got a long road ahead of us. So let's keep going. And Trade Finder, next team is the Heat. Let's see what player we want from the Heat. Kendrick Nunn. What would he cost? Probably a little bit too much for my liking, but at the end of the day, we might have to make a trade for just a lesser player on this team, like Avery Bradley. What would he... God, some of these trades I just don't like. Chris Silva. Chris Clemens for Chris Silva. Bruno Caboclo. Matisse Thybulle. All right, Chris Clemens for Chris Silva. We'll make that trade. And let's try to trade with the Hornets now. I don't know who I want on the Hornets. They're pretty bad. But if I could get PJ Washington, what would it take to get PJ? Okay, yeah, I'm not taking any of those trades. What would it take to get Miles Bridges? Christian Wood, Zach LaVine. Too much. And I can build trades too if I want. Malik Monk. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're just going to have to go with a bad player here too. Let's go with Caleb Martin. He probably is not going to cost a lot. Bruno Caboclo. Perfect. We'll make that. I promise I will be trading for some bigger name players. Let's see here. Next team would be... So we did the Hornets. So that means our next team would be the Jazz. I'm going to throw like Chris Middleton in here and see what the Jazz would offer us if they offer us anything. Mike Conley, I'm not going to do that. Is there any other good trades that I could do and I could keep track of? Because we could use a point guard, so maybe like getting D'Angelo Russell would make sense so we can put Harden back at the shooting guard and move Zach LaVine to small forward or something. So that might be an option. D'Angelo Russell there. We could remember that we traded with the Timberwolves. Is there any way that I could get like a 2024 first out of this? No, we're not going to do that. Could I get this 2025 first? They want Serge. They'll give me Jarrett Culver. I don't like that either. You know what? I think we're just going to have to go with this trade. Okay, wow. I don't understand 2K. We're going to go with this trade straight up. We have ourselves a point guard. That means James Harden can go back to the shooting guard. He might play small forward because I don't know what happens with Zach. Actually, Zach LaVine goes up. So we're going to run it like that. And let's see. So we made one with the Timberwolves. We have to remember that. Who was the next team now? It was the Jazz. Let's see. Somebody that I don't really need is Daniel House. Let's see if the Jazz offer us anything for Daniel House. And if they do, we'll probably take it because, yeah, Royce O'Neal in the second, that's fine. We're going to make that work. And we now have Royce O'Neal. Okay, so we made a trade with the Jazz. Let's see now, if we go down the list, who is the next target? Rashawn Holmes. What would it take to get Rashawn Holmes to this team? Matisse Thybulle and Patrick Patterson. That's not bad. I actually don't mind that at all. Yeah, we're going to make that trade. We also bring in Glenn Robinson. So that's a cool trade for us. Move on down the list. We are past the Kings. Let's go to the Knicks. Mitchell, what's it going to cost for Mitchell Robinson? If it's not a lot, we're probably going to do it. Like a Serge Ibaka trade would be cool. Yeah, Serge Ibaka. Okay, we're going to make that trade. Knicks are done. Next on, down the line. Sorry, this is getting a little repetitive, but I have to make 29 trades. It's bound to be a very repetitive video. Now the Lakers. Who do I want on the Lakers? Is there a way to make a trade for Anthony Davis? Is that a possibility, or is he untouchable? Because I'll trade James Harden for him. I'm not even capping. I will definitely do it. So Anthony Davis there, $32 million. I will give you James Harden. They have to send me back like the smallest of contracts. So send me back Quinn Cook, and I will give them a solid player. Could I give them... Well, they can't do that because they need to send me back more money. If I want to give them somebody good, they need to take back a little bit more money. So, Wesley Matthews. And I will give you... Do I have a good player that's on a small contract? Not really. Huh. So I'll give you... You give me Quinn Cook. I will give you Caleb Martin. He's untouchable. Okay, so I'll throw in any first-round picks I have, which is only one, and then a bunch of seconds, I guess. There's no way they take this. Okay, we tried. So we got to get a lesser player. So let's just trade Finder away. Who do I not need now? I don't really need Clint Capella anymore. But we'll save him for a little bit later. I don't need Rashawn Holmes anymore. So let's trade him, see if the Lakers offer us something. And if they do, we'll take it unless it's just really bad. They didn't even offer us anything. Okay, so let's try and trade Royce O'Neal, see if they offer us something for him. They do. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in a second. That's actually a really good trade because I could use some draft picks because you can always use draft picks. And he's actually a solid player, which we could definitely use. So, Lakers are done. Who is after the Lakers? The Magic. Huh. Is there a world where I can get Nikola Vucevic on this team for Clint Capella? Okay, we gotta go make the money work some other way. So, let's propose a trade to the Orlando Magic. And we're gonna try and get Vucevic on this team. So, Vucevic makes $20 million, and Capella makes... No, excuse me, $26 million. Capella makes $16 million. So, I basically have to make up $10 million. And the way I probably do that is with Caldwell-Pope, I'm guessing. Yeah, so we'll give them Caldwell-Pope, and they can give us back somebody that makes like $2 million bucks. So, Dwayne Bacon, is this a trade that they would make? Okay, it's not. I will give you this pick swap. And this pick, and this pick, and this pick. They actually agreed to that trade. So, if we want to go ahead and look at the rotation right now, it's actually really, really good. I have a lot of centers that I don't need, but it is what it is. Magic is done. Mavericks are next. Let's see if we can trade away Rashawn Holmes to the Mavericks. See if they have any sort of offer for us. If they do, we're probably going to take it. Willie Cauley-Stein, that's fine. Let's see who's next. So after the Magic, it would go to, or the Mavericks, it'll go to the Nets. Joe Harris. What do they want for Joe Harris? He makes $16 million. That's a lot of money. That is a huge amount of money. We're not going to be able to trade for him. Jeff Green, Uncle Jeff, Chris Silva, and Christian Wood. Wow, they have a high asking price for him. TLC. He's actually been balling in some of these games in real life. We'll throw this trade out there fine. The Nets are done. Who's after the Nets? We have the Nuggets. Okay, let me go look at the rotation. Let me see what it needs because we obviously are going to need something. A backup point guard is a need for us. So let's see if we can somehow finesse and get Monte Morris out of Denver, unless they have another backup point guard that I can't remember. They just played the Wolves. I should remember who's on the roster, but I don't for some reason. So let's propose a trade to the Nuggets. They have like that Facundo Campazzo, something like that, as another backup point guard they have. But yeah, we're gonna try and get Monte Morris. He makes only 1.7 million. Okay, who can we give them? Chris Silva. Obviously not gonna take that. Give you a second. Okay, they aren't gonna take that either. I will give you TLC instead. And a pick. Okay, so TLC is not good enough. Wow, I don't know who to give them. Jonte Porter and TLC. And you give me back Falato Kankar and this pick. Okay, that's not working. Let's see if we can trade Finder for, let's see, the Nuggets. If we could get, man, I don't know. Can we trade Finder for Monte Morris? Wow, they really have a steep asking price for him. And we could get RJ Hampton. We don't really need Mitchell Robinson. Okay, we're gonna do this trade. And now we got to move on. The Nuggets are done, so let's go to the Pacers. With the Pacers, I don't really know who would be the best person to try and trade for. But Miles Turner is piquing my interest. Do we trade Christian Wood away to do it? Very possible that we do. I'm gonna do it. Christian Wood is out the door. We're bringing in Miles Turner. And now we have to make a trade with the Pelicans. Now, I think I'm just going to make a bottom tier trade. Maybe try and get like Nickeil Alexander-Walker or something. I have RJ Hampton. That is interesting. I'm not going to make that trade, but it's nice to have RJ Hampton. We're going to make this trade for some reason. Doesn't help us at all, but we needed to get a trade done. Now we got the Pistons. Who do I want from the Pistons? I got to be very intentional about this one, I think. So, let's see. We could use a power forward. They have Grant. Actually, I think Miles Turner is going to be my power forward. We could maybe use a power forward, maybe use a center, depending on what the offers look like. So, for the Pistons, they have, obviously, Blake Griffin, Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, Jahlil Okafor. Let's see what they want for Jeremy Grant. Miles Turner, Zach LaVine. Yeah, we're not going to be making any of those trades. What do they want for Plumlee? We could make Plumlee our power forward. We could switch his position. Yeah, also not a trade to be made. Jahlil Okafor. Okay, we are probably going to make that first trade there. Or we make this trade. No, we're going to make this trade. Okay, so let me see the roster now. We're going to put... actually, I'm probably going to put Miles Turner at the power forward. And we're going to keep... Jahlil Okafor as the backup center. So now that we have traded with the Pistons, we need to trade with the Raptors, and we could use a backup center still because Plumlee's not that great. So what would Aaron Baines cost us? Okay, nothing we can do there. Chris Boucher, we could give up RJ Hampton, Reggie Bullock, or Miles Turner. I'm gonna give up RJ Hampton, Reggie Bullock, and we're gonna get Chris Boucher here. And then we are done with the Raptors. So now we are moving on to the Spurs. And with the Spurs, let me see here. Because we're getting down to the end of it. So I need to really focus on getting the team where we want it. I like our starting lineup. Our bench, we could use another wing. A couple wings, actually. So let's try and get a couple wings here towards the end of this. So let's see. The next team we need to trade with was the Spurs. So what wing could we take off of the Spurs? Derek White? We could get Derek White, I think. So if we take Derek White, I'll give you Jahlil Okafor. Rockets are requiring 1.6 million, too much. So let's also send out Conchar, I guess, maybe? And see if they take that trade. They are not taking that trade. We have no picks. Huh. Okay. Well, let's try and trade Finder for Derek White then. Zach LaVine. Okay, no way we're doing that. No way. Okay, give me Keldon Johnson. They also want Zach LaVine for Keldon Johnson. Okay. Do you have anyone? Devin Vassell. Nothing for him. Lonnie Walker. Wow, they are stingy. This is insane. All right, give me Trey Jones. They are incredibly stingy. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're not going to be able to get anybody. Just give me Eubanks. We can't even make a trade with the Spurs. So let's try to trade finder with somebody that's a little bit more willing to trade. Hopefully that is the Suns. Could we get... God, they don't have anybody I'd want either. I mean, they do, but like nobody I could feasibly get. Maybe Langston Galloway. Monte Morris. Sterling Brown, Chris Silva. That would be a trade I could do. Conchar and Monte Morris. Sindarius Thornwell and Silva. Okay, we're going to make that trade. And we need another wing player. I would like another... Or I would like a shooting guard. So what would Lou Dort cost us? Monte Morris. Wow, they are... Okay, they value Dort a lot, which is fine. He's a good player. Darius Miller. He makes $7 million. That's the rough part. So it's going to be tough to get him. Give me Hamidou Diallo then. Holy cow. Give me Isaiah Roby, I guess. We're just going to have to make some trade just to make a trade, I guess. Wow, who am I going to trade for? Ty Jerome, maybe? Chris Boucher, Monte Morris. Okay, we got to make this trade. Wow, that is rough. Who do we still have to trade with? So Suns are done, so Thunder are done, so Timberwolves are done. So we got to trade with the Blazers, the Warriors, and the Wizards. We have 3 trades left. 3. That's it. Let me go look at the rotation. And just kind of see what we're working with, because I need to make sure this team is good enough to win us a championship. So starting lineup is good. I think we're pretty much going to be good enough to win a championship. I think it's all going to come down to who are like filling out the bench a little bit. So let's see here with the Blazers. Could I get a small forward off the bench? Like Rodney Hood. Nothing for him. How about Derek Jones Jr.? Monte Morris and Chris Boucher. Not going to do that. What would Anthony Simons cost me? Probably too much for my liking. Yeah, I don't like those trades. How about Nasir Little? Okay, I don't like those either. CJ Ellaby. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to make that trade. Wow, this is getting rough. We have 2 teams left. I want, like, Kent. Give me Kent Bazemore for something. Sterling Brown, Monte Morris. We're going to make this trade, I guess. Okay, we need a backup point guard now, which is not ideal, but I think we need a backup point guard. Is that correct? Let me make sure. Starting lineup, yeah. Backup. We need a backup point guard and a backup power forward, but we only have 1 team left. I kind of sold myself short here. I really screwed up here. So we need a backup point guard. So Ish Smith, maybe? Ish Smith. Is that the type of trade we want to make? Raul Neto and Pashnix. Matt Thomas, Kent Bazemore. Okay, we're going to make this trade. All right, we are done. This is the final team. I need to go ahead and make Matt Thomas Langston Galloway probably a small forward, and then Mike Muscala a power forward. So that's what we got to do. So Mike Muscala, actually, I think he works as a power forward, so that's cool. Wow, Langston Galloway is only 6'1", and Matt Thomas is 6'4". Okay, Matt Thomas is actually going to play small forward for us. So let's go take a peek at the rotation again. This is the best we're going to get. We have 2 left-handed lead guards. We have Zach LaVine, Miles Turner, Nikola Vucevic. Then off the bench, we got Boucher, Mike Muscala, Matt Thomas, Langston Galloway, Raul Neto. That's our team. All right, we are going to simulate this season. Hopefully, we're good enough to win a championship. We have James Harden, which always helps, but who knows if it's going to be enough. I will see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so our season is over, and we were the #1 team in the Western Conference. I don't know what our record was, but I can see that we were conference ranked #1, power ranked #3. So here are all of the awards. I don't see any Rockets with anything. Steve Nash wins Coach of the Year. Okay, that being said, any Rockets on any All-NBA teams? No. Yes, James Harden is on All-NBA third team. And then we don't have any rookies, I don't think, on the team. Okay, so we are the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Let's go check out the stats for the season. And by the way, I hope I traded with every team. I think I did. I didn't stop to check, and now it's too late. So if I missed one, let me know in the comment section below. But I think I got it. But anyways, this is what the team looked like. Three-headed monster here. Our bigs played nice. I actually really like what I saw there. Matt Thomas came off the bench. Did he shoot the ball well? He did, 40%. That's what we expect from Matt Thomas. All right. I feel confident. That was really weird. Oh my. I just got possessed for like a millisecond. I feel confident that we could win a championship. But I guess we'll have to see. So, semi-round 1 against the New Orleans Pelicans. I thought we were about to lose. It was 3-0, and we came back and won 4-3. That doesn't usually happen. That's never happened in real life. Doesn't usually happen in 2K. But here is the Memphis team we're going up against. I think we can beat this team, but I'm going game by game because that last series scared me. But we sweep Memphis, and now we have the Lakers. Can we beat the Lakers? I think we're talented enough to beat the Lakers. We take game 1 and game 2. They take game 3 and game 4. We take game 5. They take game 6, and we are in the game 7 to go to the NBA Finals. And they take quarter 1, we take quarter 2, and we're kind of running away with it a little bit. I don't want to be too confident, but we do actually win by 24. And we are in the finals against the Brooklyn Nets. So they obviously have Kyrie, Karis LeVert, KD, Jeff Green, Jarrett Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie. Just a really, really good team. We're going to go game by game. We beat them in game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3 and game 4 and game 5. And we do win the championship. I orchestrated trades with every single team in the league, all 29 other teams. And we won a championship with that roster. I love it. James Harden wins Finals MVP. And this challenge is complete. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I had a ton of fun making this one. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I hope that I can just be a little bit of a distraction for you guys, but I don't want to distract from what's happening. There's really important stuff happening, but I know sometimes you just got to get your mind off of things. But I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody is in a good headspace because it's important to take care of yourself. I just want to make sure you're good. If you ever need anything, feel free to hit me up in the comments section. If you need to have a conversation or something, you can always hit me up with like your Instagram or your Twitter or something. We can talk about it, man. I want to be here for you guys because you guys are here for me. I appreciate it. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much for this. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.